The creator of Live to Make History. So it's night time, it's about 1 a.m. and this video is basically speaking about how to hold yourself. Yes, if your goal is to build muscle, this video will help you how to hold yourself. You know, let's just say for example, scenario, you know, I love my scenarios. You just got in, like for example, I just got in from work, it's like 1 a.m. You have about 30 to 50 grams of protein to meet for the day. What do? You're not going to order takeouts. You don't want to cook because it's too late. What do? So I'm going to give you quick tips that you can use and be on your way to scale. Be on your way to scale and continue to maximize your gains, doing very little effort. What do? I don't want to cook because I'm tired. I'm not going to order takeout because I'm going to lose track. What do? So the first thing you want to do is make sure you always have things in place. When I mean you need to have things always in place. Find proteins that you love that you can eat readily. You know, for example, you don't have to cook. So in this instance, like one of the things that I love is almonds. Almonds is going to be somewhere around my house, here, there, everywhere. But almonds are high in healthy fats, yes, but they're also high in protein. So I have almonds. Another thing I always have is lactose-free milk. Yes, I'm lactose intolerant, hence why lactose-free milk per 100 milliliters is about, it depends on the milk you have, but mine usually it can be anywhere between 6 to 7 grams of protein, sometimes maybe a little bit more, sometimes a bit less. But think about it, let's just say 6 grams of protein per 100 milliliters. So let's say I have 400 milliliters. What's that? 6, 12, 8, that's 24 grams of protein I just had there just with the milk. And I'm taking, you know, almonds. Let's say I have 100 grams of almonds. So you kind of see where this is going. But I usually have 3 things. 1, almonds, lactose-free milk. Another thing I always have is some kind of carb source. I know carbs is almost everything, but the next meal is going to be more carb focused. And this is the Belvita breakfast biscuits. Everyone's probably seen them. You've seen them on adverts back in the day, then Belvita adverts.
Belvita breakfast biscuits are made with whole grain and are specially designed for breakfast. They will regularly release carbohydrates over 4 hours as part of a balanced breakfast.
Just meaning you talk more.
So yes, Belvita biscuits are very high in carbs, and it's a more of a healthier source of carbs than just going for something that's maybe, you know, may have too much oils, etc. And remember, you need something that you need to hold yourself during the night. Why? So if your goal is to build a certain amount of muscle or retain a certain amount of muscle, you want to avoid being in a catabolic state. A catabolic state basically just means when the body breaks down, for example, your body breaks down the muscles, the skeletal muscles, and it uses that as energy because you haven't given it enough fuel to preserve it, for example. So let's just say you're sleeping, you're just sleeping during your 8-hour fast. Your body still uses energy while you're sleeping. And if you haven't given it that enough energy, your body's gonna go into catabolic state. Hence why personally for me, I always have carbs before bed. Yeah, they say don't eat late, but with me, my body works well by eating carbs before bed. If I have a low carb day, I'll always have carbs, some sort of carbs before bed because I'm trying to hold on to that muscle as I sleep. Does that make sense? There's so many ways of you getting your protein. There's no excuse why you're not meeting your protein goals. You want to keep yourself in an anabolic state. Keep your protein synthesis high. Yes, you don't have to eat every 3 hours or every 4 hours. Just make sure you get the proteins in between, like within that 24-hour period. Try and make sure that you reach your protein goals, and it's literally that simple. You don't have to eat every 2 hours. You don't have to, you know, have one giant meal. What works for you, whether you want to have a bigger meals or smaller meals, it doesn't make a difference as long as you meet your protein goals. So make it simple, as I always do. There's ways of meeting your protein. So yeah, let's freaking swipe. find proteins. I can't really tell you because everybody may like this, you may not like this. Try and find proteins you like that you don't have to cook, that you can eat on the go, and place them around your room. Why I say place, not just room, around your room, place them around your house. If you live with other people, then place them around your room. Why? Because when time like this happens, when you don't want to cook, it's late, you just want to get your protein in as soon as possible, it's ready to go. I can go into, for example, my cupboard, there's the almonds. I can go into my fridge. Okay, not everybody may have a fridge in their bedroom, but I can go into the fridge, for example, and grab my lactose-free milk. I can get my Belvita biscuits. Another thing I always have as well is the Alpro yogurt as well. It's about 6 grams of protein. You see what I'm going with? There's so many ways you continue to scale your proteins. Why I keep saying protein, because protein is one of the most important macronutrients for you to consume. This video is if you are trying to retain. If you are trying to retain as much muscle mass as possible, protein is very, very important. That's how I always tell people, meet your protein goals. You have 40 grams of protein left of the day, don't go sleep. Don't go and order takeaway. Because takeaway is going to be more highly in carbs, and you know what kind of fats they put in there as well. So there are ways, just put things, find what you like, write a list down, what you like, write them down, place the proteins that are ready to eat on the go, around your room somewhere, and yeah, just continue to scale from there. Notice how I haven't said just go drink a whey protein, or because I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible, especially if you're starting out your fitness. Not everybody's gonna be drinking whey protein. This is just natural stuff you can continue to scale. Once you get better, as I keep saying, then get your whey protein, then get your EAAs, then take your creatine, then take your glutamine. That comes with time, but you're trying to get your protein in for now. For example, even me myself, I just say, okay, 40 grams of protein, boom, boom, boom. Find proteins you like around the house and just make it happen for yourselves. One of the reasons why I decided to make this video as well, because it's very realistic. It's very realistic in the terms of there's times where you're just not going to meet your protein, and as well my whey protein, my gold whey protein I usually take, my isolated protein, it ran out. So I said to myself, okay, I need 40 grams of protein, I just go in, I don't want to cook, etc, I need it on the go. I said, you know what, let me make this video because this can literally help somebody out. There's protein, there's so many ways of you getting your protein, there's no excuse why you're not meeting your protein goals. Yes, I'm going to go and grab my almonds, I'm going to grab my Belvita biscuits, and I'm going to grab my lactose-free milk.
Sir! Grab me some of them gushers. But sir, that isn't candy. Grab me some of them gushers.
Let's continue to go out there and let's continue to live. Let's continue to live to make history. Why? Because you and I, we honestly have one space and time. We have one life.